Is necessary evil ever truly necessary? It's a trap that people fall into, to think of themselves as good people who have to do bad things because it's necessary, because it's the only way that a greater good can be accomplished. We all do it. Human beings think of their own priorities and their own goals as being so good, so overwhelmingly good, that it will outweigh whatever bad things we have to do to get there. And most of the time people don't act on truly terrible means to ends. Most of the time, societal norms or our own moral compass will stop us. Sometimes, though, people are willing to take that extra leap and really do evil things, or depending on how you look at it, it might be evil, it might just be morally inexcusable, but they will do things that people will do things that they know to be wrong. They're fully aware that this thing, this action, this means to an end is against their own convictions, against their own moral compass, against their own beliefs, but they will justify it by saying, essentially just that the ends justify the means. That, they would say, my goal is so good and so righteous, and I have to do this thing. If I don't do this thing, that would be the crime, that would be the sin, that would be my moral failing for not doing this thing and not bending my rules and loosening my convictions in order to see it done. That's how people justify it. But if you ever start thinking of yourself as a necessary evil, or a good person who has to cut corners and do bad things in order to see some great good done, I would argue that then that necessarily means that you are not the good guy in that situation. That if you think of yourself and your goals in those terms of being so good that they justify evil acts in their service, then that's a sign that you're not really doing good.